Number 9.
Number 9. Ang dami kong dala. So, kailangan ko... Octopus! Pag gano'n. Wait lang. Number 9. So, eto. These are the questions. Okay. Bakla ba ako? Tulungan mo nga ako. Wala ka namang ginagawa. Can you get this? Pasensya ka na ha. Number 3, ang napili mo ay question number 9. Question number 9, opening prayer. Program pala to. Ano mo? Diba Ina, hirap? Here's your question. What would you do to stop the war? What would you do to stop the wars? With S.
Okay. This is indeed a beautiful question. How can I stop the war? Ladies and gentlemen, a war between countries is something that we can stop because we can personally go there and stop them in war. But what we can do by just simply praying to God. Why should I say so? Because ladies and gentlemen, always remember, prayers can move mountains. So every impossible things that we know that something that there's no solution, just pray to God. Because always remember that in God everything is possible. Just pray to Him. Always remember, in this world there are a lot of challenges. There are a lot of problems that we are facing. Like this pandemic. I know that all of us think that it's impossible for us to overcome this, but with prayers, with God, everything is actually possible. So ladies and gentlemen, pray to God and use this as an inspiration to others, most especially to the youngers, so that they learn how to pray as well. Because always remember what the Bible says, that through Christ, everything is possible. Thank you so much.
I think number 2. Number 2. So that is question number 2. Here's your question. How different would the world be if women were to rule the world? How different would the world be if women were to rule the world? There's no timer.
Alright, well thank you so much for that wonderful question that you provided to me. If a girl will rule the world, what will be happen? Well ladies and gentlemen, if a woman rule the world, well definitely she have a good heart to serve our people, to serve his constituents. Well ladies and gentlemen, even you are a man, a woman, or even a bisexual or part of member of the LGBT community, you still have a good heart, a good mind, and you have a good hands. Well, definitely, nothing is impossible for you to be a leader, whether you're a man, a woman, or being a part of LGBT community. Thank you.
Question number 5. Your question goes like this. Does a woman sacrifice more than a man? Does a woman sacrifice more than a man?
I believe that it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a straight man or a woman. Because I really believe that we are all equal. So therefore, whether you're a straight man,
or a woman, or a part of LGBT community, you have the right to lead in society. You have the chance to showcase your talent, your beauty in the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I have picked number 7. Question number 7. The question goes like this. Is there a way to curb sexual harassment? Is there a way to curb sexual harassment?
Okay, thank you so much for that very interesting question. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, judges, that is not actually the first time that I was asked regarding that question. And the question is, listen to this, is there a way that we could curb sexual harassment? I really got the attention of the word curb because when we say curb, it could mean a lot. And when we incline the word sexual harassment into curb, definitely it could have a different meaning depending on how you would like to understand the given question. So if we say that we could curb the sexual harassment, or here in our place, in our vulnerable language, that we say, is there a way in which we can change, tolerate maybe, or maybe improve, or give justice when we say sexual harassment? So whatever it is, definitely I would say that yes, there is always a chance to curb sexual harassment. For always remember, my dear friends, that sexual harassment is not a good thing to do. Especially that when we are talking about this, we are talking about women. We are talking about girls. And we, regardless of your gender, we should know how to respect women and the girls. If this man definitely is the origin of this sexual harassment, should be very knowledgeable that this thing should not be done in this society. Definitely, this kinds of activity, specifically rape, this could not be done. And this place would always be a better place to live in. Thank you so much.
You pick number 9. 9. Question number 9. No, it's actually number 6. Okay? Number 6. Okay, punta ka dito ka sa white. Here's your question, sis. What steps or measures need to be taken to eradicate poverty? Again, what steps or measures need to be taken to eradicate poverty?
I certainly believe that the best and most effective steps that we are able to eliminate poverty is having a good governance in our country. This entails leadership, and this kind of leadership should have the people who are the mere followers. Ladies and gentlemen, if we will be able to imbibe to our people and teach them how they can be followed, going to the social, cultural, political, and economic aspect, that they will be educated and they will not be left behind, poverty will not be at its peak, because the true power of the people lies to our leadership. And if you have a good leadership, that really matters more than you ever know. Thank you.
Microphone. What number you pick?
Number 3.
Question number 3. The question goes like this. What does it mean to be a modern woman? What does it mean to be a modern woman?
First and foremost, a modern woman is someone who knows how to share love, to take care of her children, not just to be able to give everything as a mother, but she has to sacrifice for her children, because she will be the one who will teach them and raise them well. Because I believe that a modern woman does not just go out there and have a better job, but she has to have responsibility to look for her children. Because a modern woman
is a modern woman who knows how she raised her children with responsibility. Because if your children is left behind, he will never know the right direction, and he will be left behind, and he will always have the importance of not feeling well about him. Because when you are left behind, you will never know that you are worthy as a children. And remember, a modern woman will always take good care of what is good for her family. Because if you take good care of your ambition, then you will never be a wise, sensitive, and more compassionate woman. Because just like my mother, I was raised by my mother alone. I don't have my father. And she has shown me that strength. Because the importance of taking good care of me raised me well with discipline, dedication. And that, she always tells me that you are enough. You are somebody, and you can be the best that you can be. Because coming from our mother, we will always rise above. And for all the mothers here, think about this. You are a woman with dignity. You always have to show everyone your true self. Because you are enough to show your children who you are. No matter what and no matter you do in the society. Your profession, your education, your intelligence does not define you as a modern woman. Because you are a woman that we love and we care in the world. Thank you so much.
Ay po pala sa Sagap, maraming salamat po kanin. Ay, dalawa na po, sorry.
Naku, Nay, pag ganyan po, ipa-plus po natin yan.
Sige, okay.
So, ano po ang nakuha nyo, Nay? Ay, number 6. Ay, nakuha na yan, Nay.
Sorry po.
Ano na yan, Nay? Ito na po, number 8 na lang po.
Number 8, sige po.
Number 8. Ito po ang inyong katanungan, Miss Matmat Centino. If you could break one rule, what rule would that be and why? Again, if you could break one rule, what rule would that be?
Good evening, honorable panel. I'm thinking of an ordinary life if I'll be breaking that rule, since the LGBTQIA+ is crying for equality and less discrimination. But I'm here in front of you with the heterosexual also. Everyone is, discrimination is inevitable. Okay, still the main purpose, the main reason why top-notch the criminality, not only in the Philippines but in the whole world, that urge someone to do something which is negative and not abiding the rule is because of poverty. And that is why if I'm going to break the rule, at least one day, I could fee everyone to take anything what they want from the grocery, to take anything anyone from the bank, to take anyone that they want. Only for one day, huh? At least I have broke the rule with one reason. You steal for a purpose. You steal not to starve anyone's stomach. You steal because you don't want to suffer from anything of what is happening, especially the global pandemic and the economic recession of the whole country. So I should say, to break the rule just only for one day, to steal, ang magnakaw ay masama. Ngunit kung ito ay gaganda, mapupunan ng nagugutom na mga tiyan, mapupunan ng inyong mga bayarin, mapupunan ng mailipsa ng inyong mga isipin. Yun ang isang batas na gusto kong baliin. Because I know that from my heart, it may be something that you should always think, we broke something, but there is always an exemption to the rule when it is done out of love. Thank you.
You pick question number 4. Your question is, number 4. Is life easier for men and women? Is life easier for men and women?
Well, the question is if life is easier for men and women, I believe definitely it's a yes. Why? Because we LGBT experience a lot of discrimination since we were young. When I was young, I experienced a lot of bullying, a lot of discrimination from my schoolmates. That I am gay, that I am part of the LGBT community, and I believe straight people wasn't able to have this kind of discrimination when they were young. What they just expect to be is just to be a normal person, just to have a perfect life and just to prepare for their education. But for us LGBT, there's a lot of expectations from us na kailangan magaling kami, na kailangan matalino kami, na kailangan sobrang galing namin sa ganitong aspeto. A lot of expectations that are throwing to us. That is why I can say na their life is easier compared to us LGBT. That is why to all the men and women here, you are lucky enough. You are lucky to have that kind of life that you are having right now. But we LGBT, we are still fighting for it. We are still fighting for equality. That is why for all the men and women here, please join us as you watch us, as we give you a good show. Please support us with our advocacies, which is the SOGI bill. Thank you.
I think number 10. Number 10, your question goes like this. Here we go now. Number 10. If you had a chance to discuss a social issue with world leaders, what social issue would it be? If you had a chance to discuss a social issue with the world leaders, what social issue would it be?
Thank you for that, a very interesting question. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of social issue that we are facing right now. Not just our country, but all around the world. I think that the biggest social issue that I should discuss with the world leaders is poverty. We cannot deny the mere fact that our country is one of the poorest country in the world. And we cannot deny the mere fact that there's a lot of crimes that are happening in our country. So if I'm going to discuss one social issue, that would definitely be poverty. Because poverty is the root of all evil. That's why there's a lot of crimes that are happening in our country and even all around the world. That's because of poverty. But if you learn to educate us and other people, especially the children, we can actually cure that kind of social issue. And we could definitely live in a world full of love, peace, and unity. Let us educate ourselves, especially the young ones, because education can give us a meaning in our lives. By doing this, we could tackle all of the obstacles in building a strong nation full of educated, disciplined, and God-obeying people. Thank you very, very much.
What number is
I
that?
think the last number 1.
I picked the last number and the number that's number 1. Okay. Jack? Oh, here's your question. If you were God for a day, how would you change the world? If you were God for a day, how would you change the world?
It is already for a fact that it's already Pope Francis who told us that there is nothing wrong with being part